Greetings, YouTube. So today we are taking a look at the Mezco 112 Collective Superman Man of Steel. So I'm gonna just get this out of the way right now. I am conflicted about this release, and I'll explain why here in a little bit. Just some stuff doesn't always sit well with me, so we're going to discuss. So, quick look at the packaging here. It comes in the awesome tin that is very nice, very well done. I love when Mezco does the tin. You got pictures of soups here on the side, logo up here on the top, on the back, some more artwork. No promotional pics, just pictures of the artwork. So, that's the tin. Let's take a look at the figure. All right, so here we have the Man of Tomorrow. Here he is, Superman, Kal-El, Clark Kent. This is supposed to be a very classic, very comic book esque look for the Man of Steel. Probably based more on art from like the early 90s, maybe even like the late 80s, the John Burns of the world when he was drawing Superman. This is not Jim Lee's Superman. This is not Ed Brubaker's Superman, like from the Public Enemies series. This is the classic look for the character, and I believe that they pulled that off. He even has the shorter cape. I know a lot of the classic versions, his cape was not very long. So, why am I conflicted about it? Let's talk about it. So, this is obviously a Mezco figure. And Mezco has a certain style to their superhero figures. They are, for lack of a better word, they come across as a little bit stubby, a little bit short and squat. The sculpt is great, the musculature is great, but he just feels squished. Like he should be a little bit longer in the torso, maybe have longer legs. And most of their superhero figures, especially when I'm thinking really about their DC superhero figures, fit this aesthetic. When I do the size comparison with the Sovereign Knight and with the Zoom and with the Green Lantern and with Wonder Woman and all those other ones that I have, he's going to fit in well with that aesthetic. But I kind of just wish he was a little bit longer. Even if he was this height, but had a more, I don't even say slender, because I like that he's muscled up, just a longer build to his frame. I think it would do a lot for him. So let's have a look at him up close. And obviously this is Mezco, like I said. We got soft goods here. I think, you know, his emblem here is slightly, like the slightest of slights, raised off of his costume. I think I would have liked it to be a little bit more separate. And I'll show you an example of what I would have probably preferred when I show you another Superman figure. The suit itself looks really good. I do like the way it is hugging his body. I like the stitching kind of ridges that go along, so it's not just so plain. The belt looks good. The trunks look good. The boots look great. The tailoring looks good. There's no weird stitching or anything like that. Another thing that I'm not super happy about is how they did the cape. The underside of the cape under his suit is like bunched up right here, and this is where I guess they stuck it to the suit. It looks a little bit weird, so I don't love that. Taking a look at the back here, the cape is wired, so that's nice. You got a little space here showing the back of his neck and back. I kind of do like when the Superman has a suit like that where the top of his torso kind of shows. It's just a silly classic thing that I enjoy. Got the yellow S here. Tailoring on the back of the suit is done well. Do have the blue stitch there, but not anything horrible. Good sculpting on the boots. So yeah, as far as sculpt and tailoring of the outfit, face sculpt here on this first head, this first alternative head, very well done. Nice square jaw. Spit curl is in place. He looks good. No one's gonna not think that this isn't Superman. But like I said, I'm a little conflicted. All right, so he has a ton of accessories. So I'm gonna run through those as quickly as I can. I don't want this to be a super long video because I want to get to the comparisons, because the comparisons are probably the most important part of this video. So let me run through accessories right now. Okay, so for accessories, so we're gonna try to do this really quick. Here you have the obligatory stand, which actually looks very nice. Then you get the bag to put your stuff in. There's the arm for the stand. I do have a bit of an issue. Oh man. So there's this thing here, and this is supposed to be a kryptonite kind of secure containment apparatus. And there's these little globes that go on top of the pieces of kryptonite, and all the pieces of kryptonite come out. You can put the globe on. According to the directions, there's supposed to be a taller one for the middle one, which houses the green kryptonite. But all of mine are the same size. The piece of green kryptonite is bigger than the rest of them. It does not fit on there. Doesn't go down all the way. So I think that's a QC issue. They packed the wrong, or at least not one that was long or taller, which sucks. It's disappointing. I really can't remember the last time I got a Mezco figure and there was a QC issue. So that's very disappointing. Very disappointing. So besides that, let's look at the other power type accessories. So we have two punching accessories effects go on his fists. You have a Starro, which this is nice. You can go on his face or someone else's face. You get a Phantom Zone projector. You get some heat vision effects that will go into a certain head, which I'll show here in a second. So you got the ones where he's just letting loose, and then you got the ones where he is more of a precision strike, and this does actually disconnect, so you can have this by itself. So that's cool. And then this is a really, really nice accessory. So you get here the Black Mercy. This is a sentient slash psychic parasite that attaches to someone and gives them their most wanted fantasy, while it psychically takes their energy, and it keeps you in suspended animation. So this is cool. The arms are bendy, so you can wrap it around people very easily. That's a very cool accessory, and it's very well done. All right, let's look at his regular accessories. Okay, real quick, I forgot one more of the special effects accessories. So he comes with 3 of these like bullet ricochet effects, and apparently there is a magnet inside his chest, because these have a tiny magnet on the bottom of them, if I can get this to focus, and it attaches to his chest like so. So you can have these bouncing off his chest. That is very well done. That's very nice. So that's a really nice effect. A lot of times Mezco will come with a lot of different features like this that include magnets, like the attach on necks and capes for the Batman, the Supreme Knight ones. So that's cool. That's very nice. Okay, so as far as regular accessories go, you do get not one, not two, not three, but 6 extra head sculpts. So let's run through these real quick. So on his head now, or on his body now, he has the friendly Superman kind of smiling head. So you got that one. That's the one that comes with the figure. You have the very serious, stern look. You have the definitely smiling look, which is nice for Superman. You have the angry, gritted teeth look. You have the Great Scott or Great Row look. Then you have some specialty head sculpts. So this head sculpt here has what looks like, you know, grayed out or darked out eyes, but those are actually lights. They're LED lights. Inside of there, you put in some batteries and you're gonna get lit up eyes like he's getting ready to do his heat vision. Which that is cool. I'll do that in the pictures. Then you get this head sculpt, which is a little bit disturbing when you first look at it, but it is because it is for the heat vision effects. Let's see if I can get this in here. Okay, so here's where we might get a little bit controversial, and this is where I have my hang-ups. This is where I have my reservations, my conflictions about this release. So comparison time. Now on the left here we have the Mafex Hush Superman, who some would say was the best Superman available recently. Here's an old school DCUC Superman. It has a custom soft good cape on it, but so comparable in size as far as stature, but you can tell that the proportions are different on each one. This Superman is a lot more slim, a lot more slender. These two are a little bit more bulky, but you can still tell that he is still a lot more squat, got a bigger head than this one. Really, to each their own, right? Like, I mean, I could see somebody saying either one of these is their preferred Superman. But here, this next one is the comparison that's really making me conflicted. Okay, so this here is the BMS 112 collectible action figure Return of the King third-party Superman. It is based on the Kingdom Come Superman from the Alex Ross run from years and years ago. And this figure is spectacular. When I got it, I was like, oh my goodness, this is the best Superman figure created so far. And it's not even of the original or classic version, but it's that good. And I don't know what I was hoping for or thinking of, but I was thinking, okay, so this thing is so great, and it was under $100. It was like $80. And I'm like, okay, so Mezco is coming out with their Superman relatively soon, because I only got this Return of the King guy maybe like a month ago. And I'm like, okay, so it's got to be as good as that. I honestly think that the Return of the King is a better figure. Now, yes, you could say, well, it's not in the classic colors. It is not. And if it's not in the classic colors, is it really a comparison to him? Kind of, sort of, but not really. But goodness gracious. And this is what I'm talking about with the proportions. So, I mean, you guys tell me, what do you think? Which one of these guys looks more super heroic? Look at his build. Look at his silhouette. He cuts a mean silhouette. And yes, he looks muscled up and he looks strong, but he looks squat compared to this guy who still looks muscled up and strong, but looks tall. And he isn't that much taller than him, but the proportions make him look taller. he just looks more super heroic. And that was the main confliction I had. I was like, why when I looked at this one, I couldn't stop looking at him. And with this one, I'm trying to justify things. Like even the trunks make his torso look longer, whereas his trunks look like he got wedgied. I don't know. And every time I pick him up, I'm always trying to push his trunks down, and you can't really push them down because it's all connected to the suit, the belt, and everything. I'm not saying this is a bad figure. It's not. It's actually a really good figure. Had I not gotten this one, I probably would be gushing over this, but this thing is great. So I'm wondering if this BMS place, whatever they are, I think this is the first figure they've ever made, if I'm not mistaken. They may have made one or two other ones. If they make a Superman in regular colors with this body, then this one's going to get pushed to the side. And it'll just use all his accessories. I don't know. You guys tell me. What do you think? Okay, so here we have Superman with the Trinity, with Batman, the Sovereign Knight, and then we also have the classic Wonder Woman from Mezco. So again, I said this earlier, if you put him with other Mezco figures, he doesn't look so, misshapen or squat. I don't know what other word to use for that. But they fit here. Wonder Woman's a little bit shorter. Batman is also a little bit thick, bigger head. It doesn't look as jarring when you put him with other Mezco figures of this line, of the DC 112 collective line. All right, so we're going to throw in some more DC Mezco figures. We got John Stewart, Green Lantern, and then we got Dr. Fate over here. Again, together, they fit. They look like they are in the same line. And the more and more figures I put in there from Mezco, the better Superman looks, I'm noticing. So there's that. That's something to think about, because other lines are not necessarily made to fit with other lines. We'd all like for our 112 figures to all fit together, but that's not realistic. So together, Mezco wise, we're looking pretty good. Next comparison we have here, we have the Golden Age Batman with a Sovereign Knight head. So he looks a little bit more in tune with Superman, and this Batman actually fits a lot better with this Superman, now that I'm looking at him, more than the more modern Sovereign Knight. And then we have the classic Shazam. So this is a custom. This is one of the 3-0 bodies with a DC-UC head and a suit from a Mezco, a Mezco knockoff Shazam that I've customized a little bit and fit onto that body, gave him a couple of extras. It's a whole nother story. But yes, Captain Marvel or Shazam, Superman, and then Batman. Okay, so final thoughts on the Superman Man of Steel release from Mezco. Is it a good figure? Yes, it's a good figure. Is it the best Superman on the market? It depends on your idea of what a good Superman is. Honestly, I can't say a definitive yes. I mean, all of this stuff is a matter of opinion, right? But this Superman, the Mafex one, is still pretty damn good. Great proportions, great articulation. He's another one though. He's a smaller head, smaller features. He fits in with his line, but if you try to mix him in with other stuff, he doesn't all the way fit. This Superman, to me, and this is going to sound crazy, but to me, this is the best Superman out right now. It is. Even though it's not what we probably want as far as like a classic look, figure-wise, this is the best Superman on the market. And it's not really on the market anymore because it's sold out in most places. I think I paid 70 or 80 bucks for this dude. But this is the best Superman on the market. Unreal. So, if you're a McFarlane collector, maybe you love one of his Superman. That's honestly a different scale at this point. It's 7 inches. It's way too big to fit in with anything that's in the 1/12 area. So we're still kind of looking for the best classic Superman in 1/12 scale. He's close, but I don't know if he is. Really don't. Nah, he's not a bad figure. He's a good figure. He's a really good figure. And the accessories are spectacular. But I don't know. I'm conflicted. Let me know what y'all think. Like, comment, subscribe. Later.